Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus and we are here on this tranquil place. What a beautiful location. Listen to the sounds of silence as the space biters, the Darkfog, has dissipated. What are we going to do now in this series? Well, this episode will be a little bit of an intermezzo between fighting parts, where what we want to do is we now have been really pushing forward to get a little bit of yellow signs so that we could do this attack. Now it's a time for us to rush up, get purple signs, get green signs, so that we establish a good foothold here, and we can start from there. We have more tech unlocked. We can start maybe engaging with the hive in orbit, and also engaging with a new system as well. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to be cleaning up this planet and establishing all of these glorious locations here, and also removing all of these parts here, so we can bring stuff home to our original base. And now our planet looks much nicer. If we look at it, it has these beautiful lines of solar power, and it has a little bit of stuff being built here. I decided to get a little bit of titanium going, and also a little bit of steel, because we're kind of running out, but we do need a little bit of titanium going back, so we just hooked up a single one. But what is really important is that I didn't bother to do all of this, and this is why I'm intending to rush towards green signs. It is simply because over here we have that one. Normally this is not an option until you come to a second system, because you need the orbital grade, it's just called grading crystals right now. But we can actually get these grading crystals, and we do get some of those. So why don't we try to get this tech, which is 1,000 purple signs and 600 green signs. So we need to get a little bit of that. It means some other things with purple signs as well. And yeah, let's try to get to that one, because if we get that, oh man, it's going to be so much easier to tap all of this glorious material here, which will definitely solve all of our iron and copper needs and titanium needs for this location, for this solar system, because we're kind of running out of things. If we just look at the solar system as a whole, then we can say that there's 9 million iron left, and they're all basically here on Glum, 8.7 of them. So we only have like 500,000 left anywhere else. So this is something we need. Copper ore also have a lot here. Silicon, titanium as well. So we got everything we need. So what we need to do is set up the stuff that we already set up in the previous episode, or in the masterclass on the bus. And so we set up the bus and get that ready, so we can start working on some cool things. Let's head back to Ideas of March. And we're back here on Ideas of March. What we have here is our main bus that we just made a masterclass for. I find this to be super useful. It is easy to see what's there. Everything is consolidated. It takes a little bit of space, but honestly, I have tons of space on this planet, so I don't really care why. I see why that's a problem. I also built my import-export hub. This one is making sure that all of these, they are just making sure that stuff goes in or out of this planet. So this is how I decide to do it. I have ILSs consolidated, so that there's only one place that I get titanium in and out. It's not like a lot of different ILSs here and there that request titanium in. This is how I do it. The reason why I do that, and it's a little bit interesting, because, for example, let's take something like green circuits here. Now, green circuits require some things inbound, and then but at some point we're going to run out of iron and copper on this planet. So do I continue to bring iron and copper in order to make the green circuits, or should I then at some point say, you know what, I don't think I want green circuits to be on this planet anymore? Then at this point I will no longer be exporting it out of this place, but it will be importing into this place, and therefore it's only one place that I need to change it. Wherever I have green circuits. If I do have green circuits up here, yep, there we go. And now I'm requesting it in, but I would then sort of reverse it from exporting out to importing it when you sort of run out. For example, something like steel is something we've run out of, so it's now sort of turned around, and now we're importing steel to this planet instead of exporting it out as we were previously. Now, what do we want to do? This episode is going to be littered. Littered sounds bad. It's going to be jam-packed with awesome blueprints that are all available to you, of course, because I make all my blueprints available. And that means you can get anything that I build here. You can build it yourself, or you can take my blueprints and use it. So what I'm doing now is just getting started on the first thing we absolutely want to have, and that is, let's go here. We do need to get some of the sugar cubes, the fire ice. I have built a few of the gas extractors, not a lot, but a few, and they're coming in. in order to make graphene. Why do we need graphene? Well, let's take a look at the process here. This one is processes. We'll just assume that we have that on Guy in the Cube. The other little silicon planet, we have that there. And then we have the particle broadband. What do we need for that? We need some carbon nanotubes, we need some crystal silicon, and we need some plastic. Those are all awful things, by the way. This one, I have built a little build over here. It's not great, but it's something. And then I'm going to make carbon nanotubes. And in order for us to make carbon nanotubes, they are here. They're also going to be, they are titanium that we now have, plus some graphene. That's why we make the graphene right now. Now, what we also need the carbon nanotubes. We also need that for the blue proliferation, which is something that we should build immediately. Let's get that one working, because we'll kind of use that for some things as well. So this will get us the first item, that is the graphene, and it doesn't quite work because there is a little power pole missing. At this point, I am not using the hydrogen for anything, so what I can and will do is actually get some power. We'll just use it for power, because power is kind of bad right now. Let's see, let's get that here. That's 5. That seems good. And we'll take you out because you don't really need it. And then we can take hydrogen out. Yeah. That, and just go down here. And I will be getting in. Perfect. And get the blueprint. Remove this. And just stamp it down. That's probably not working very well. No, it can't do that. Yeah. I have no idea how many that is, but I know the last one was incorrect. What is that? That's 5. Let's just make 6. That should be fine. There we go. Good. So this will also make sure that we now have any excess will just be made into power. It's not the ideal case. We want to make it into fractionating, but that's not something we want to do right now. We just want to get this one done so we get some glorious graphene, and then we can move on to the next challenge. And the next challenge, now that we have researched proliferation, is to go in and look at our proliferation options. There is one here. This is unfortunately using an ILS, and I don't really want to use an ILS for this. I think that's incorrect, because I don't. This is it's an older code, but it checks out. But it's an older blueprint. It's not great. There's really no reason for this one to be like this. It's because it wants warpers in, and that's just not how we do things anymore. So we'll replace it with a here. That should still be fine. And then there's going to be a huge mess to figure out what the hell are we actually going to get. So we need blue ones out, and we do need coal, we need diamonds, and we need carbon nanotubes. So we also need to make sure that we actually have carbon nanotubes. So let's also, once this one is built, let's also figure out how to get the carbon nanotubes out. There we go, everything is working except for the fact that we don't have carbon nanotubes. So let's find a location where we think we should build some carbon nanotubes, and let's just find a good space. That could be anywhere. I think we'll just throw it up here. So this is a good place to build carbon nanotubes. We're going to work in here and find a beautiful blueprint that's just ready to be stamped down. And again, these blueprints are available. They will probably be moved into a more logical location, and I forgot to check that I had all the stuff needed. It's a little bit careless to do that, but to build stuff or to stamp it down without actually having it. This episode here is designed to sort of bridge the gap until we do some next exploration. And I know that some people at least, don't like me skipping steps, but on the other hand, all of these things are some things that we actually have done in previous Let's Plays. So what we are going to be focusing on here is sort of how easy it actually is to do things that once we already have done it once, and just enjoy how awesome it is, this factory building game, how smooth it is to build stuff here. We are going to have to get these done. And let's actually see. That is working. So we're getting the graphene that we just built, getting that in. We're getting some titanium that we built on the lava planet, on Glum, and get that in. That's great. So once we get all of this inbound, then we're starting to hopefully get some things here. This one is actually should be... So the funny thing is, this should be getting some better proliferation, but it's not getting better proliferation because we don't have that better proliferation yet. So we're going to have to accept that it's not proliferated, and then once it gets proliferated, we can actually request the good proliferation here. So we can get up and request proliferation Mark 3, and then that should also be changed in here. Proliferation Mark 3, and definitely don't need a double one. So that is ready to request when it actually is possible, but the first thing comes in, and we should then see that goes to the proliferation build is over here, and that should be getting some of that inbound. Great. All right, so major step forward again. Now we're going to continue to push forward with more tech, and let's build up here. That all of that is just kind of idle. That's not good. We are going to pave this area. There we go. Wow, that's just carelessly paving. Good. All right, so we have a blueprint, and this is an older blueprint we have, and I am quite happy with it. It works really well. Let's see if that's actually this one. Initial 5. Yes, that one. Oh, I think I need to move it this way. Let's get it here. Why are you not able to? Oh, you are able to build it. Exactly if I build it the right place, like that. That's... We have too much water here. So let's clear that. It's a little bit bigger than usual. And here, we'll stamp it again. Tab to... No. Tab. There you go. This corner. That's the one. Oh, come on. Why? Oh, the vertical height. Yeah, okay. I don't have the vertical height researched. Never mind. And I don't have all the other crap researched as well. But fear not. We'll get these things. We'll just mark this like this. And get those because our glorious hub is ready to provide for us. What do we need? We needed this part. Yep. And we need some chemical plants. They're here. Some of those. And some... matrix labs. Matrix labs are one of the first things as well. There we go. 25 of those. Great. And then we can get this one done. Let's build a few of these out here. That's already powered. Great. And that will go over here as well. Come on, you can do another one. That one. That one. And that helps build all of this stuff. Let's have a look at all the stuff that's here. Okay, insufficient drones. Again, super easy. We go somewhere. I could request it. There we go. That one. Get some of those in. Get them in. There we go. So what are we getting? We're getting everything we need inbound. That is awesome. And over here we are getting... missing some of this. And that's kind of what we have down here. We are really running out of the graphite. So we're going to need, while this is building, we're going to get some graphite going as well. Placing a little graphene build here should do the trick. Let's get that one inbound and see if we get... okay, when we get the power. There we go. We should see that they are going out to pick up some coal. Coal is something we need to be a little bit careful of because we are actually not having as much coal as we would like to have. That's kind of obvious, but there we go. We'll build that one so you can help build. And that will get all of the graphite we need, and then we can just once this is built, just nice and slowly getting something inbound. Is anything starting to come in? Nope, they're just still flying out. But we're getting the first ones returning. Great, that's returning. And down here, all right. So we're getting the very first part of the graphite, and let's see if we pick up the graphite soon enough. When we get the first graphite pickup, we can follow that over to the purple signs. Come on, you can do it. Where is it? Well, oh, because there's nothing here. All right, well, let's go over to the purple signs and see what's going on. We should be having that built now. There we go. We're something. Oh, look at that. It's actually working. There must have been somewhere else on the planet that we also had this. But we have purple signs. Great. So we just need to get it up here to our hub, polar hub, which also needs to be upgraded. Easy peasy. Let's upgrade that as well. And let's stamp down the next blueprint for the polar science hub. I really love the fact that I just have all these things ready in this one. And then basically what you see here is upgrade belts from Mark 2 to Mark 3, add extra matrix height. We don't have all the matrix height, but that is going to be fine. I can just stamp it down here. and then all of that just works. It would work better if I actually remembered to bring all the stuff. There we go. We are now getting the purple signs inbound, and we're still working on this vertical construction of uselessness. But once we're done with it, well, maybe we just skip that and get in here, because we have some purple signs we need to start working on. Purple signs is going in here, and what we need to get is wave function, quantum chip, and then we can get this one. Well, not quite, but this one will need a green. So we need to work on the green now. And now it's time to make green signs. Green signs is a weird beast because it's both very easy and very difficult. It's easy because it's just dumping down another blueprint. Yes, because we've already prepared that and spent many hours on designing it. It is a different beast because these ones are never going to be there. These, they are, what they call particle colliders, are absolute pain in the ass. Because you're thinking, okay, well, let me just, oh, wait a minute. Because particle colliders, they need frames. And frames are one of my least favorite things to make, because that needs a ton of titanium alloy, and that means we need to get some titanium alloy going. So after much duress, I have built some titanium alloy, and I even had to build some sulfuric acid build just to get these going. And please be there for me. There we go, 18. I need 10 of those. Great. And that gets me these ones. Whew, that was that has taken a lot longer than it should have. Now this build is relying on a few things that just don't exist, so we'll have to be a little bit cautious of that. Let's do this one. That one got built, and there. Just get that one built so you can get that help with building it. So what is it here? It needs some electromagnetic engines, it needs some graphene. We should have a ton of graphene, but I guess all the graphene just goes into carbon nanotubes. But we will get all of these things here eventually, I guess. They'll go out, and the electromagnetic turbines will also be getting in here. I hope. But there is a bigger issue, and that's over on this side here. On the next one. This one. Because it also needs quantum chips, and obviously we do not have quantum chips built yet. So we need to build another build next to it that is for quantum chips, while we sort of yellow this one and hope that we somehow get that in without us actually figuring out. And that's under here, and this is a build that requires Assembly Machine Mark III. But we can still build it and then just kind of downgrade from there. There we go, we're downgrading. There, upgrade, downgrade, downgrade there, and that's going to be not belts but facilities. There we go, every facility is now downgraded, and that goes in, and we're missing drones as well. Okay, let's get some drones over here. Let's try to sort of gauge which one might be. That one. Alright, get some drones. Oops. And, you know, because we are a little bit desperate for progress, then I'm also going to take this. And just, look at that! See, there's tons of electromagnetic turbines, right? That one gets sent out, and they are just flying out immediately. So here's another fun thing. Organic crystal is needed, but I don't have any organic crystal. Well, I do have some organic crystal. It is a single build that is used... where is it? It should be... Here it is. Organic crystal is unfortunately being dedicated to yellow science, so now they have to share between quantum chips and yellow science to get any of this going. And luckily though, if we look at it, then if we look at the recipe for quantum chips, that is some plane filter, and that's 2 plane filters. 1 plane filter is 1 casimir crystal, 1 casimir crystal is 1 organic titanium crystal, 1 titanium crystal is 1, and then there's proliferation all the way through, so it'll be one of those becomes almost 2, I think, pretty much 2 quantum chips, or well, actually it's 2 to 1, so it's probably like 1 to 1. So we'll get some in here, and water is also coming in, and gradually we'll get all the things in here. So we'll get a little bit. We'll also get the graphene inbound. This is not going to be performing fast, but it's just going to be performing just a little bit. Also here, this one is coming in good. And we'll get the first little bit of quantum chips. The first little bit of quantum chips will go in here, and then they'll get us the first little bit of green science. And we only need 600 science in order to get this one unlocked. And the research is almost done. We finally have this one available. Let's see, just a few seconds more. I will then be starting to scavenge some of these for sure. There we go, photon spotlight mining, great. And just get a little bit more. What do we have here? We have something number, let's get 6. Come on, 6. One more, there you go. And what I'm going to do is I will take these glorious things and I'll put them on the bus so that they get proliferated. Good. Then I'm going to go all the way over here. Because this was all we wanted. All we wanted was this one. And into this. I will set that up to finally make... there you are. And look at that. Oh, right. This is not proliferated. Oops. Well, that kind of sucks. That actually really sucks. They should be proliferated. Whatever. It'll be fine. It will be fine. I just want to see something coming in here. And let's see. Are you working? You are not working. Why are you not working? Oh, there they are. They're coming in here. There we go. We are finally making some advanced mining machines. They are glorious, and they will be placed on the lava planet Glum Enraged, and also, well, they'll be placed everywhere now. Everywhere we want them. So, let's get the first one. Gas the filter, and come on, just give us one. There we go. Well, if I can create one, I can create as many as I want. And this is what it looked like when I have created a lot, and they are just spread out all over our glorious planet. Every single one is now hooked up. Oh man, I may have spent a couple of hours rushing through purple and green science, but I think it's totally worth it because now we finally have an easy way to tap resources on a planet that is absolutely glorious. Don't you enjoy it? I do. That makes it easier. And then we have ready to industrialize all our planets because now it's easy to get more mining materials. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a rush through purple and green science, and all the blueprints that you've seen, all the builds you've seen, they are available as blueprints. You can just download them through the link in the description. If you want to get save games, then they are available to Patreon supporters. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We are going to gear up and get ready to colonize other planets so we can get some sulfuric acid and organic crystals. We are also going to start playing a little bit with the hives in orbit. So let's see how that goes in the future episodes. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.